One and all, hope you're doing well. S&P, we've got our level, as you can see. It's an important support resistance level. Obviously resistance, and then we had a nice support, then resistance again, and we had like a support, and we had this naughty behavior here, then we had another support. So we know this is fairly strong, this level here, 3912. So as we're above, we should be looking for buys. If we're below, then it could be looking for sells, as long as we're making a sell down here. I was wondering what was causing them to short, and I was looking back on Twitter, and it's probably North Korea. That's probably what did it. And also China had increased their military budget spending by 7%, which is a great amount of money. So perhaps they're probably wondering why have they increased their military spending, and then they're probably led on to a greater rumor is that they might be thinking about invading Taiwan. Of course, it's completely unfounded, but that could be the rumor, and that's why they sold it quite heavily. So we had the combination of North Korea and China, and they've held short since. So it could have been that. It might not have been. It might have been technical based. It might have been something else. It could have been like the debt ceiling in the US, but I think it's more likely going to be North Korea and China, and so they just pumped some news out at the low, and we pumped since. So we made a buy there, as you can see. We're making a risky sell here. We've got less than a minute before the new hour, and what will happen, we'll have a pop-up to say buy or sell. So just be aware of that. It's going to pop up a little message less than a minute. So that's currently a risky sell, so it will say S&P sell. So you're looking for resistance at that candle wick. Could be a nice risk reward, but we have to remember it'd be a risky sell because we're below 50%. Right, you want it above 50% before you sell it. No sign of a crossover, so US 30 is in a better place than US 500, and DAX. Well, we're going to get another notification. Well, we should have. That's interesting. Perhaps there's a little delay or something, but we should have had a notification to say sell on DAX because we've got the crossover. I wonder why not, actually. There it is. Right. So S&P had a crossover. So the SSI line's crossed over its moving average. And that means that dollar yen is a buy because we crossed under. So let's look at S&P. And you see, basically, it's just confirming that. We had a crossover. So the dollar yen is making a buy because they sold it slightly sideways on dollar yen. Be careful there. You can see how we chopped a lot. So US 30 is in a better place than S&P, and DAX should have probably popped a notification, but that's fine. We probably shouldn't be pumping, but remember we are very much a buy. We might need to pump just to get rid of these bears because there's way too many bears in this market. So perhaps it's what it's going to be. We're going to see like an extermination event, and then bears will just get liquidated. And I was wondering whether or not you could maybe make a channel. Can you see how we... I don't know if you can see that. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to draw that, but we can see how we... sort of like a rough thing here. And we've got another line. Something like... you could probably argue some kind of channel break, sort of you can see what's happened here. And then we rallied up since. Chart element. Let's delete that line. Remove. So that's the DAX. So probably shouldn't be pumping, but we are very much a buy. Gold. So they went long. So we got resistance at 1857, 1852. Draw a box. And that's that. Okay, so bit of a rough box, but you get the idea. They've gone long, so resistance there. They might sell it, but it doesn't look like they are. They look like they're buying. You know how they're going long there. Euro USD, so that's tricky, isn't it? I had a position in this. It's going to get me out of break even, so very frustrating. But that's what it is. So we had a buy here, and we did quite well since. So probably a lesson just to take profit. At resistance. This obviously clearly a resistance. You could probably draw like an order block there. So it's not a bad place to TP. I might TP, maybe. I might just let it run. I can let it get to break even, I suppose. There's my entry, 106.38. So yeah, it needs to really fall. I called it here. So if it comes all the way down, I just have to give up today. I've had a negative week. I won't be able to recoup my losses this week because I had some positions on the Aussie, and it was Aussie long, Aussie Swiss long, and Euro Aussie short. And I was trying to build positions on those trades, and of course it went really against me. So I got out before the RBA, which is a good thing I did, because if I held on it would have been a lot worse. So just a case of knowing when to TP, I think, and you're looking for, stuff like this. You can see how this was a resistance. Obviously, a reason that came in that caused them to sell quite heavily. There was a logic for that, so that's why that's a good TP area. So if you'd were like me, got AK entry, you're looking for a TP. It's 50 pips, which is pretty decent, to be honest with you. So know where to TP, I think, is the lesson of the day. And ideally, don't let it come down to your break even, which would be really annoying. Which it looks like it might. So currently a little bit sideways at EU. Dollar yen, sideways. So I think I might just wrap up. I think I want to take profit on this. I don't want it to get to my break even. I want to try and recoup a little bit of loss because those Aussie trades were quite painful. But it's just a case of not letting it get so bad, and gets to like a point where it's like catastrophe. You don't want to get like that. You want to cut them short, really. You don't want to hold on to those losses. So that's that. So let's see what happens. I'm probably going to be watching EU and watching it go down to my break even, and so 106.48 is my entry. It's be really frustrating, but that's what it is. So trading is just a case of knowing when to enter, when to exit, and this looked like a good TP area, and you've got the round number there as well, 107. So let's see what happens. All right, and I'm going to stop waffling now. I'm going to do the Patreon video.